All right. Welcome, peace, power, and love. Um, just sitting back here, actually burning me an incense and kind of meditating. Um, Thought I'd jump on here for a minute and chime in on something. Hope everybody is doing well on this Sunday night. And as always, hope you all are enjoying the content. If you are enjoying the content, smash up the likes, and let's keep it going. You can share the videos, all is appreciated. Uh, if you have a comment on something that I have, posted, feel more than free, more than welcome to comment on it. I do look at the comments when they come in. Um, I really want to get this thing going. I'm used to on my other platform. I was able to interact with the audience a little bit more. It was a call-in show, so I was really used to being able to interact and dialogue a little more, with the audience, and also had several guests on that platform as well. Um, Wanted to jump on here real quick. I've been, and this is something that you're really not going to hear me speak on much at all. I don't really get involved with the Hollywood thing. Oh, and also welcome to my activatemedia.org family, uh, who gets my replays, who gets a replay of my content on Fridays, at activatemedia.org. Um, yeah, we really um, don't have any dogs in that race. Any of us, and some of us get so get so involved and get so intertwined with these entertainers that we uh, talk as if we know them. We speak as if we have a personal relationship with these entertainers. So, I've been really, you can't help but hear it. But I've really been trying to stay away from it because, I mean, truth be told, uh, with the whole Diddy situation, we all know that, you know, he's been doing what he does. This is not the first time that we've heard allegedly about these types of things uh, that he's involved in. And um, there have been people, uh, Gene Deal being one of them. I follow him, uh, and I've been following him, and I actually bought the book as well. And it's a decent read as well. Uh, Jaguar Wright, another one that has been, just speaking out. And I've been noticing, not a lot, but I've been noticing some of us um, who still want to, you know, um, support him. Now, this is just my opinion. Um, and honestly, yeah, I think he did what um, that young girl accused him of. I truly do. I have no doubt in my mind, in my spirit, that yeah, because we saw his behavior in the past. Um, those of you, ooh, excuse me, y'all, excuse me. Those of you who um, are old enough, to remember making the band, uh, and then some of you who even are old enough to uh, remember, you know, the young Puffy, the young, you know, um, Sean Combs, um, and the arrogance, the things that he would do in all of the reality shows. It was one thing that he always would do is demean those young people, make them feel less than. He would, you know, let them know. And hey, we all know who you are, and nobody's, refuting that, and nobody was being disrespectful to him. But just, the one thing that really just I think everybody can remember is when he was doing making the band and made them young uh, folk walk way to wherever. And hey, I live in Dallas, so I know walking ain't no easy here and there uh, task in the city. If you don't have your own vehicle, you know, now you might be able to catch, city transportation, but yet and still, we all can remember that story. That's just the one that really I think everybody it sticks in everybody's head because it's always one that's bought up and kind of poked fun at. Dave Chappelle did the skit about it. Um, but this man who is closer to my age, and this is the thing, and this is why I say, money is not what is evil. It's what some people who yearn for money do and turn into. And see, what he turned into is exactly what he used to speak about. What most people who are now in his position used to speak about. And I noticed that more and more about us as black people. When we get a little something, uh, we change. When we get a little something, I'm gonna say it again, we change. I've seen it several times. I've seen it happen several times. We tend to change. We tend to kind of push away from people that we used to cling to. Not well, I won't say cling to, but that we used to at least interact with. Um, we tend to get that cockiness because you feel like you're doing something that and mind you, I know running a business or doing whatever it is that you like to do, I feel should be compensated. And uh yeah, that really makes it easier to do it, because when you're doing something that you really like to do, it's not really like work. But long story short, he took advantage of a lot of people, and this uh brother, this man, I wholeheartedly believe that he took advantage of that young girl like he did, because remember when they first started dating or messing around, she was really just at the nest, and so we saw this several times in, the entertainment world. And this is why I say we don't really, them folks is not on our level. They do shit the Hollyweird way. They don't really uh, try to carry our culture into that world unless they're acting or doing their job. And then they're representing that culture that they put forth, that gets them paid. So this is why I don't, we and a lot of us, too many of us, put our faith in these entertainers, and these entertainers not worried about us. Like I say, now look at this man, he caught up in all his karma right now, you know and yeah, they'll do something here and something there, but they don't do anything consistent for their communities and from where they came from. Don't Not enough of them do those types of things on consistent basis, and they're more worried about the circles that they run in and the people within them, and and them capitalizing those of them who are on top, those of them who can get in the party. Yeah, those who can do enough to get in the party. And that's why I say we should start putting our faith in them. We really, so many things happen, and that's just another distraction. First and foremost, too, just another distraction to keep us off tune with the things that they're really doing right in front of us. You know, uh, right in front of us. I'm not gonna really talk no lot about that war that's going on. I've said pretty much all I have to say about that. But uh, just pay attention. And we see extensions of America and what they do and what they are trying to do globally, and what they will help do. They will help extinguish people. They'll help kill and murder people as long as it's in their favor. And now everybody's trying to pull back because Israel's doing too much. Israel has told these people to retreat to the south, and now they starting to bomb in the south. So it's like they just rounded all them people up, men, women, and children. And who supplies Israel with the weapons? That's why I say power. And then you get people with that mindset of me first, me. And see, that's this selfish spirit that, you know, roams this earth. We don't think enough about others. And we, as black people, really have it bad. We don't think about each other until One of us are getting wronged by the system. Then everybody's thinking about them. Till one of us has died, then everybody's thinking about them. One of us are jailed, then everybody. Those are like three circumstances in which we come together. What happened? What happened? What happened? But we don't come together like when when our ancestors were together. They made so many things happen, and they didn't come together after something happened. They came together to try to prevent things from happening. Sort of like, with your car, you check your tires in the summer and a little more than you do in the winter because of the hot roads, especially here in Texas. Uh, you check your oil and your water a little more than you do in the wintertime because of the heat here in Texas. Uh, preventive maintenance. And that's what we have to do amongst ourselves, preventive maintenance, to make sure that things that are going wrong don't continue to go wrong, don't get any worse. And that's all we're doing, trying to prevent something that's truly a tragedy, trying to prevent something that could really, um, I'm not even going to say cause riots or anything like that because it's happened so many times. And yeah, there have been, I won't even say riots, there have been a lot of peaceful protests that uh, were turned into riots because of the escalation actions of these coward cops, and their willingness to do harm to its own citizens. Um, so that's why I say, power. And some people, like, this dude, are consumed with power. And he's not the only one that has been consumed with power. Uh, Several people have been consumed, and some not only consumed by the power, but succumbed to it. So we have to understand, just like, see, America um, doesn't understand yet. See, but what Puffy Sean Combs is fixing to understand is that, nigga, you still a nigga. And this is why I say, for those of us who are on the same plane, we need to start building our own system inside a system, something that works for us. And then once we can establish that system, we'll be okay. And we're going to have to defend that system. We're going to have to uphold and stand by that system and be on code to that system. We have been on code and obedient to this demonic white supremacist oppressive system. So why don't we take the time to do for ourselves what others will not, and what others aren't going to do for us, not even thinking about anything in that manner at all. That is not even a thought. And not enough of us think um, in those terms, because there are so many things that we really truly could accomplish, uh, and put ourselves back into a middle class position. We could by us working together economically, we could reposition ourselves financially and be self-sufficient upon one another, be self-sufficient upon one another, and interdependent upon our own finances, and keeping them amongst us for more than 6 or 7 hours before we give it back. Definitely buying land. See, these are the things that these entertainer Negroes, these gatekeeping Negroes, these better than us Negroes don't don't do. They don't really invest in the communities where they came from, like they be investing in everything else. And they can make money reinvesting in the communities and bringing those property values up, and that money would be new money. And not only that, it would be money they control, money we would have control of. But we don't think on those terms. We don't think group. We don't think unit. Let me go on and throw it in here right now, because we need each other. We need each other. And I always say this, our youth need us, but we're going to need our youth more than they need us, because we're really going to need our youth to have the right mindsets to do the right thing and pull away from this demonic system and this garbage music that they putting out that don't really have no message nor meaning to it anymore. Don't even really classify it as hip hop anymore, because hip hop was more about the message and enjoyment and the culture that hip hop was, because hip hop was that. Hip hop was a culture, you know. Now it's just something that, these fake synagogue of Satan possessors do uh, to make money. And they pay off our young men and women, those that are weak minded, for the talent that they have, and then they give them dimes and nickels and pennies for the thoughts and words and vocal and all of that they record and do or write and all of that, create. Anything that they create, they are less percentage holder than those who are backing them and distributing product, said product. And that's why I say it. We need to be in control of that for our young people, showing them how to be in control of that, showing them how to do it minus the system. Because just like they have their distributors and all that, we can do that. We can do that too. If we keep our money to ourselves and start circulating our money, putting our money to work for us, and stop listening to these fly by night MF LMs that come at you with these too good to be true um, ideas, which are nothing more than pyramid schemes. People are still out here doing that. And more of us are doing it to one another than any other group out here. And I'm not gonna lie, I did get a Caucasian woman to call me too, and because I've been looking kind of since I've been going through my little back issue and everything, and I'm gonna have to start therapy. So, been trying to find me something where I can kind of work from home. But long story short, so many of our people, and this is what I'm saying, people get so thirsty for power and money that they'll do anything to obtain it. They don't care if it's their mom, whoever it is, their own family. Some people have that, you know, uh, that type of character, unfortunately. And thing about that is that you know um um hold on. Yeah, the thing about that is um we we can't afford to not start working together because like I said in the last video, you know, we don't have anything that we can really call ours. And then everything that we have created that will and has generated wealth, anything and everything that we have created that will generate wealth, they worm their way into it and end up in control of it. Just like with hip hop. Just like with hip hop. They got in, figured out that, yeah, people like it. Because at first, if you remember, if you recall, when hip hop first started, they they said that it wasn't going to last. They said that it was not, this, that. It's just a fad. But as the years passed and passed and our creative minds did more and more and more with it, well, more and more and more of them started getting involved because they had the, means to uh, mass distribute, especially during that time when it was uh still records and cassette tapes. You know, this is before the advent of CDs, you know. So yeah, now though with the advent of our streaming, uh, you can be in total control of everything that you create. It will take a little time and effort, but it would be well worth it when you could be the sole possessor of what it is that you create, no matter what it is. You can be 100% owner of it and not given nickels, dimes, and pennies for what you create. See, we do that, and then we take our talents into the corporate America, and in anything that we do it better than most because that's just the way we were brought up, because when we were younger, we were always told we have to be better than everybody. You cannot let anything be too hard if you do not understand. There were just certain things that we were told, because, yeah, we knew that as young black people, and even as young as adult people, that you have to walk a different way in society. You can't say certain things that some people can get, or you can't do certain things that some people, other people get away with doing, or are able to do just because. So, yeah, there are things that we deserve, and we have never been able to know what freedom really is. We have never really been able to experience what justice and equality really is. The idea is always toyed with, but never fulfilled. And this is why I say all these P. Diddy distractions and all these other distractions that they chunk at us, especially from the entertainment world, to keep us worrying about this and that and that and this. And these people ain't got the problems that we got. They ain't got no problems putting no food on their table and keeping their lights on. Ain't nobody calling them, asking them when they gonna pay their light bill and gas bill. That's not happening to them, you know. And then uh we, the sheep, the majority of us have sympathy for them. But how many of them rich, up to do, uh Hollyweird folk do you see coming to the aid of the regular people? Because they got the money, which is power, and if they come together, what can the system do? Fire them all? And they, you mean to tell me that people that are descendants of from ancestors that went through some of the most horrific treatment don't have any integrity, don't have any morals? So, I mean, the ball is really in our court right now, and we should be, shoot, setting posts and picking rolls and taking that motherfucker to the hoop. Excuse my French, but taking it to the hole and slam dunking it. Right now, it's time for slam dunks. Now is our time, and we gotta. Not all of us are feeling that energy. Not all of us are there, but there are enough of us that really want change, and it starts internally. But we've got to be on point with how we move and the things that we do. And then we've got to redirect our youth, because our youth deserve a chance. They deserve the chance that either you nor I nor the ancestors had. And we need to we should want to give them a much better and a more fair opportunity than what we've been granted, which has been nothing. Nothing. And we know how to take nothing and turn it into something. If it's one thing that we know how to do, it's take nothing and turn it into a whole lot of something. And a whole lot of something that is beneficial and in most cases profitable. So why not bring our energy together collectively and start building and putting forth the effort to do the things that we and our ancestors gave others the opportunity to do. We gave this country the opportunity for freedom, justice, and equality, and it promised us that, but it has never given us that in return. And if it wasn't for the contributions of you and I and the ancestors, this country wouldn't even exist. Let that sink in. Let that sink way, way in. Let that sink in because that's just truth. So we owe it to our young people to start giving them our culture, giving them who they are, so they'll know. Because this system has always worked feverishly to keep us from finding out who we truly are. And now that we are really starting to uncover, understand, and identify who we truly are, they can't stand it. And they're doing everything in their power to stop us from uncovering the truth. But you can't hide it but for so long. And what's done in the dark will come to the light. You reap what you sow, because America has a price to pay. That man, old P. Diddy, Brother Love, Sean Combs, whatever he calling himself, Hollyweird, he got a price to pay. Plain and simple, like I say, it's about doing what's right or doing what's wrong. And you can do what's wrong and get on top and be living your best life and doing what you do and stepping on people like they nothing more than a bug on the sidewalk. But you got to pay for that. You can't just, this is what I say too about America. How do you think the way you put this country together and you never have atoned, never have said you were sorry, never have done what you said you was going to do, never, and never intended to, and still to this day you haven't tried to make that situation what you promised. You have still yet to atone. Just a simple I'm sorry. This system is too good for that. Too prideful for that. That arrogance, that cockiness. Like what I was saying in the beginning of this, little video about that dude. So, that arrogance and that cockiness, that pridefulness, it'll get you caught up because you feel as if you are untouchable, and anybody can be touched. Anybody. You ain't gotta be no millionaire, no billionaire, you know. So, like I say, the things that you do come back to you. When you try to harm people, harm come to you. You live by the gun, you die by the gun. You bathe in drama, and you gonna get that. That's what you gonna get when you bathe in drama. It's drama is it's all on you. And some people love that life, that drama, that on edge type, you know, lifestyle. Uh, to each his own. To each his own. But yeah, like I say, that's really all I had to say about that. Uh, Really, just another opportunity for me to try to tell us and help us understand. Yeah, we need to separate ourselves from them old boule gatekeeping Hollyweird Negroes too. Cause it ain't many of them that's riding with the regular old normal folk like me and you. Yeah, and this dude, he one of them. He give a less than a damn. And the people that he was supposed to be down with and taken care of as the executive producer, he was plotting some of their downfalls and making some of their downfalls happen. So, like I say, you can only do wrong for so long, and then it's gonna be a day when karma say, like, hey, you remember when you did this? You remember when you did that? Well, hey, come here. Let me show you something. See, karma will sit you down and make you understand, make you remember. Oh, you forgot about when you did that. See, and everything that you did will come back on you in one way or another. That's karma. I done had a whole lot of it happen to me. I told my T. John, I hope I'm through. I hope it ain't no more karma that's coming to visit me. So, you know, America, you got your karma coming. What y'all doing and what you have done and what y'all doing ain't nothing morally right about it. Period. Nothing. And then to, some of these brothers, just because Diddy is a black man, that don't mean we gotta be there to defend him in his wrongdoing. Cause how many times have you saw him step up with the influence and platform and power that he have? How many times have you seen him step up to a microphone throughout all these police murders out here? How many times have you saw him at a microphone for that? Unless it was one of the ones, and then I don't even really recall him ever. And I could be wrong, and if I am, somebody can correct me and let me know. But I really don't recall that brother stepping up and saying nothing about it. Like I said, maybe during the George Floyd, because it was a lot of them stepping up because that one had a lot of cameras involved. But then the ones that don't got all the cameras involved, well, where are they then? And there's still several of them happening. You know, where are they? Like I say, and then we some of us break our neck trying to support somebody like that. Uh, why? Like you know him. Anyway, Yeah, that's really all I had to say. That's really all I had. Like I say, that's really all I'm going to say. I won't ever talk about that dude on this platform again. That was it. And the only reason I did it then is because it was really on my mind. Me and one of my partners were together earlier, and he was asking me what I thought about it, and we got off into it. And so I said, yeah, I guess I might go on and just from a different kind of perspective and different kind of angle. But like I say, to each his own. And I hope this is a lesson to all those, rich and famous people that look like me. You expendable and you still just a nigga. Yeah, look at how famous Whitney Houston, Michael Jackson, Prince, all of them. And even before them, Otis Redding, Sam Cooke. Just saying. So, this system, uh, governmental, entertainment, anything, all of that can make things happen that they want to happen. They have that power, and then who's going to challenge them? That's what's crazy. Even though we know they're 100% wrong, we still won't challenge them. We'll still go along to get along and go along so that we're not ostracized. Come a time when sometimes being ostracized is better. All right, that's what I got. Yeah, I just wanted to tap in on that. Like I said, if y'all liking the content, subscribe, like, share, do all that right there. If you leave a comment, I do check the comments and all that. Um, I do this because I love the people. I love my people, period. I love me. If I didn't love me, I can't even fix my mouth to say I love my people. So, I do this just because it is about building connections. It's about networking. It's about connecting and properly connecting. Coming together, staying together, building together, growing together, all that. You know, we need each other. Once again, we all we got, and we all we need. We ain't never needed nobody else. They have always needed us. And I'm gonna leave y'all with that. I appreciate y'all once again for listening to little old me, brother Melvin, here on the big picture. Uh, and like I always say in closing, let's plan, organize, and unify because we all got a key right here and right here. I love y'all. I'm out. Peace, power, and love.